Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fair USAC, fair USAC.
This small device right here is being used to steal diesel fuel for pennies on the dollar. It costs about $40 to build and has already allowed thieves to steal millions of dollars in gas in Florida and across the country.
It doesn't even look that sophisticated, really. News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld says this gas pump manipulator is perfectly legal, but he's working to change that. Mike?
Thanks, Matt. Good evening. Yeah, we were surprised to hear that. We're talking about a parallel economy that's putting all of us at financial risk. It all started, remember these? The skimmers slipped into pumps to steal your debit and credit card information. Well, now the Secret Service is giving us an exclusive look at new technology that's manipulating the price of gas at the pump. It's hardly the stuff of cutting-edge technology.
Is that bigger, Steve?
But this handmade device, powered by two 9-volt batteries, is stealing millions of dollars worth of diesel gas from Florida to California every day, simply by fooling the pumps.
It just causes the gear here to spin a lot slower than it should.
That gear is part of the pump pulser, the device inside the pump that counts dollars per gallon, the numbers we see clicking there.
The slower it goes, the cheaper it is.
Correct.
Even though the gas is flowing at more than $5 a gallon, the pulser is tricked, allowing thieves to hoard the fuel in large bladders like this for just pennies on the dollar, then selling it on the black market at a deep, deep discount.
So the impact in a year from one device would be what?
One device operating for 12 months could be anywhere from $2.5, $3 million.
Let's do the math. Each device steals $2 to $3 million in fuel, pumping the diesel at 5 cents a gallon. Cost to build that device? About $40.
They pop it off the legitimate fuel pump.
Intel suggests organized gangs have designed the handmade mechanism that connects with the pulser. Call it a perfect fit for the perfect crime.
It tells me that whoever designed this knows exactly how a gas pump operates and how this device operates inside the gas pump.
This video shows a thief accessing a gas pump in seconds. He was installing a skimmer targeting debit and credit cards. This is the next generation, the gas pump manipulator.
How in the world are they able to get that in so quickly?
They have the keys to the pumps, so they just go ahead and break them open.
The Secret Service and Office of Agriculture Law Enforcement tell News 6 investigators are tracking roughly 40 cases or more in the state. Item, April 8th, Lake County. Thieves rolled away with nearly 400 gallons of diesel fuel from a Circle K. And there's something else.
Is the device we're looking at right now, is that legal?
It's not illegal. There is no law in the books that says that this device is contraband.
How important would legislation be to stop this?
It's the most effective tool we would have right now to combat this.
All that does is make fuel expensive for everybody else.
State CFO Jimmy Petronis, already concerned over escalating diesel fuel prices and its impact on truckers, tells me he would definitely support a law banning the device.
Not only would I support banning it, but even if you're caught using it, making sure there's a multiple degree felony that's attached to it.
News 6 is working with CFO Petronis, state lawmakers, and the Cyber Fraud Task Force to ban this device. The Florida Office of Agriculture is taking the lead on this and will be developing the language we bring to Tallahassee. As Special Agent Fuentes said, legislation will be the most effective tool to combat this, and we're working on it.
So this part's inside the pump,
right?
And this
So
this
the
what they
person
made,
has
this
that
handmade thing,
Exactly.
just
on their
goes
vehicle.
Exactly, and that no, not their vehicle. They're putting it in the gas pump
inside the
in
actual.
seconds. They slip in there in seconds, either with a key, as the agent told us, or they literally just break it open. I'm not going to tell you how they.
Yeah, we don't want to
I
know.
can't give that away. But it's in 30 seconds, roughly 30 seconds to a minute. That thing's in.
And then they remove that part when they leave?
No, they leave it. That's the evidence.
They don't need this.
That's
anymore.
why the agents are in the building.
Take as
because
much
that's
as they can
evidence.
get.
Wow.
Why aren't they illegal, real quick, Mike?
Because we don't have a state law on the books yet. The device has just started showing up in Orlando and Tampa last June, so it hasn't been on the state lawmakers' radar. We're changing that. The task force, led by the Office of Agriculture Law Enforcement, has already met with Orlando State Senator Linda Stewart. We have her support, and we believe this will have strong bipartisan support. And once they see it, I think they're going to get it. I can't imagine anyone saying, no, we're not going to ban it.
It's on the radar now.
It's a home run ball. I'm glad we're working with lawmakers and the agencies involved, and we're going to make a difference, because if not, the trucking industry could be buckled.
Yeah. All right. That's already heard. Mike,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
So basically, yeah, you have you have scammers out here scamming for gas, and some people think that's neat, but it's not, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna bankrupt a lot of truckers, because they're going to tax the truckers even more for diesel because of this happening. So the best thing to do is try to stop it. But be careful using your. That's why I don't use my card at the pump. I don't use my card at the pump at all, because these guys are taking your numbers and they're using your card for other things. But with this hurts the trucking industry. So truckers want this to be stopped as ASAP, because not only are they losing money, the economy is going to lose money. Okay, so let's see. Okay. All right. NASA is keeping a close eye on a huge asteroid that's heading towards Earth. The U.S. Space Agency expects asteroid 388945 in parentheses 2008 TZ3 to make a close approach to our planet on May 15th, which it probably already did, which it already did. The giant space rock is predicted to be up to 1,608 feet wide. In comparison, New York's iconic Empire State Building stands at 1,454 feet tall. An asteroid of this size would cause some serious damage if it hit Earth. There's no need to panic, though, as asteroid 388945, parentheses 2008 TZ3, should pass us from a distance of about 3.5 million miles away. That may sound pretty far away, but in the grand scheme of space, this isn't a large distance at all. That's why NASA has still flagged it as a close approach. If an asteroid comes within 4.65 million miles and is over a certain size, it's considered potentially hazardous by cautious space agencies. Sunday's asteroid fits this description. It should shoot past from its safe distance at a speed of just over 18,000 miles per hour. NASA says the asteroid should pass Earth at around 5:18 p.m. Eastern and 9:18 p.m. GMT. Some experts are worried that Earth isn't yet ready to defend itself from potentially deadly asteroids. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk once sparked concern by tweeting, "A big rock will hit Earth eventually, and we currently have no defense." NASA is looking into some defense methods, though. It recently launched its double asteroid redirection test mission. NASA said DART is the first ever mission dedicated to investigating and demonstrating one method of asteroid deflection by changing an asteroid's motion in space through kinetic impact. The DART craft should slam into a small asteroid called Dimorphos in September with the aim of moving it off course. So I just wanted to tell you that a little bit about what's going on in space, just dealing with asteroids and things like that. Just something for you to think about. Okay. All right. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos took aim at President Joe Biden on Friday over a tweet that said inflation could be brought down by taxing wealthy corporations. Biden earlier in the day tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation? Let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." Bezos, whose company has benefited from tax credits and deductions, quoted the tweet to retort, "The newly created disinformation board should review this tweet, or maybe they need to form a new non-sequitur board instead." The former CEO said, apparently referring to the Department of Homeland Security's Disinformation Governance Board, "Raising corp taxes is fine to discuss. Taming inflation is critical to discuss. Mushing them together is just misdirection." While he didn't call out Amazon specifically, in that tweet, Biden has previously criticized the company's tax history Amazon paid no federal income taxes in 2017 and 2018. The Twitter spat comes as inflation reaches levels not seen in decades, affecting the cost of essential goods like gas, food, and housing. Federal Reserve officials have responded to the problem with 2 interest rate hikes so far this year. They pledge more until inflation comes down to the central bank 2% goal. My thing is this. If we have all this problem and stuff with the inflation and everything, why do we have enough money to send over to Ukraine? Ever thought about that? And Biden's talking about we're gonna tax the corporation. How about we get rid of taxes altogether? Who does taxes really benefit? It doesn't benefit us, does it? But nobody wants to speak about that, right? Nobody wants to speak about that. That's what I'm saying, man. Gotta look at this stuff for what it is. They're telling you lies to try to cover up for other stuff. All right, now, Patrice Cullors, one of the former founders of Black Lives Matters, admitted to lying about her past claims that she never used the foundation's $6 million Los Angeles mansion for anything besides official business. In a surprise development that has shocked the Black Lives Matter movement and foundation alike, Cullors admitted on Monday that contrary to her previous and repeated denials, she used the organization's $6 million Studio City mansion for non-business related matters on 2 separate occasions. That is the bombshell revelation from an Associated Press interview published on Monday. The first event in January 2021 was a celebration to commemorate the inauguration of President Joe Biden. The second event in March 2021 was a birthday party for her young son. Despite Cullors' past statements denying she ever lived on the property or used the property for personal gain, she has now admitted she was not being truthful. I look back at that and think that probably wasn't the best idea. You think? She said on Monday about her decision to utilize the LA mansion. As Radar reported, the $6 million Studio City mansion is the same home Cullors and 2 other BLM co-founders, Alicia Garza and Melina Abdullah, came under fire for last month after a bombshell report revealed the trio secretly bought the property using funds from the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, or the BLM-GNF. The reason it wasn't announced prior is not nefarious as the headline infers. The property needed repairs and renovation, Cullors said at the time, slamming the article and alleging its writer had proven in very public bias against her and other black leaders. I do not own the property, have never lived there, and made that clear to the reporter, she continued. After claiming the property, the reporter address was purchased in 2020 as a space where those within the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, or the BLM-GNF, and broader movement community could work, create content, host meetings, and foster creativity. Prior to the backlash Cullors facing in connection to the $6 million LA property, the 38-year-old former BLM founder was also under fire in connection to claims she used donated funds to purchase a number of other expensive and luxurious homes, a scandal that ultimately led Cullors to resign from the BLM-GNF in May 2021. On paper, it looks crazy, she told AP. We use this term in our movement a lot, which is we're building the plane while flying it. I don't believe in that anymore. The only regret I have with BLM is wishing that we could have paused for 1 to 2 years to just not do any work and just focus on the infrastructure, she added. Right. Exactly. So, looking at these articles. All right, the first article that I read was the gas pump thing. I told you guys about that, about that's going to hurt the trucking industry and also hurt us as a community and country, because the citizens like myself and others are going to get taxed more. Now, the asteroid thing, you know, Elon Musk is right. Like, we can't protect ourselves if an asteroid comes. If an asteroid comes tomorrow and hit us, we don't have any protection. So to me, they're doing all these taxes and stuff. They need to do stuff to really help the planet, but they don't want to do that. Their whole thing is population control by putting out these diseases, these pandemics. All this is allegedly, I'm saying, and fair use act. They're trying to put all this out, of course, to get rid of certain people, because we have too many people on the planet, and we do. So what was the other one? And then the Patrice Cullors thing, I mean, she's always been a fraud. Damn near every black organization, man, is a fraud. They're all liars. They're all liars. They're all liars, stealers. She knew she did wrong. Now she trying to save face by saying that wasn't a good idea. No, duh. What you should have done, like I said in the other video attacking Patrice Cullors, is that you should have used all that funding you got to build Black America's infrastructure. You should have put the money into Black America's infrastructure, but you didn't. You only cared about yourself and your family and those who you could con into giving you money. And don't worry, she's going to pay one day. She's going to meet her maker. Now, the Bezos criticizing Biden over the inflation tweet, I agree. I agree with him on that. Like, why are you going to tax the big corporations? Why don't you just take taxes away? How about you bring jobs back to the U.S.? How about we make our own jobs again? Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because then you're going to have to pay high taxes. That's why you guys took it away from over here, right? But now you want to tax the corporations and the rich folks, when the rich folks should have been had a cap on their money a long time ago. But we know why they're rich is because of the government. You guys blame the poor. Y'all destroyed the middle class because the middle class was making damn near almost the amount as the rich. They were in places where the rich were at, and the rich didn't like that. So let me know in the comment section what you think about all these stories. I think we need to look more into space, because things could happen. Like, things could hit us. But also one thing as well, we haven't really found everything on this planet. We haven't discovered a lot of things. So maybe we need to discover the planet and see how it is. But they know what's going on behind closed doors. They just don't want us to know about it. So that's enough for the DZ Report, man. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to my description box, hitting that link. That'll take you to my Cash App, where you can donate whatever your heart's desire. We also have the super chat when we're live or premiere videos. And you know, if you guys don't do those three, if you guys don't do that, then you guys can also super thanks when the video's done. So thank you for listening. We out. DZ.